My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Hey, listen, we caused quite the ruckus on the last broadcast, but hey, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Let's go ahead and get live on the other platforms. We were just live and we decided to come back. What is this doing? Yes, exit. We decided to come back and break the broadcast up into two different pieces because I know that you all are going to share this. And I didn't want the length of it to be intimidating to the new people who are coming because I want them to be able to get the message. And it really is two different messages. In the first video, we were talking about the beef. In the second video, we're going to talk about why it's dangerous to share spaces with XY chromosome persons and why it's dangerous to allow anybody who claims that they're a woman to be able to enter into women's spaces. There's no qualifier. Have you all noticed that there's nothing that a person has to do? They don't even have to have had any type of reassignment surgery or anything like that. Listen, let's go ahead and get live on all of these platforms. Yeah, the smoke nice smoking. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this. Oh, that's not the right screen. That's the right screen. All right. So we are live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. And of course, you know, we are live on YouTube. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. I am your host, Tonya TKO. And we set the internet on fire with that last broadcast where we were talking about this whole Jess Hilarious transgender issue that's going on and people being very heavily divided on both sides of this argument, right? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. And so we decided to end that broadcast after about an hour and a half to be able to come back and do this broadcast right now about why it's dangerous to allow trans into women's spaces, right? And I'm going to show you some disparity that exists out there, right? No, listen, this thumbnail, look, let's talk about it. So in the last video, we talked about this video where this person came out and said that women do not gatekeep periods, that women are not the only ones who menstruate and all of this stuff. And it feels like we're in some crazy making times right now where anything and everything seems like it can go. So nonetheless, let's jump right into today's video. If you're not up to speed with what's going on, go ahead and watch that last video. And then let's go ahead and, you know what, should we play the video again about the gatekeeping? You know what, let's go ahead and play that just so that we're all on the same page. Let's do that because it's not going to take very long to play. So let's go ahead and get that video up on the screen real quickly. Let me scroll all the way down. Claire is saying trans women are women. Okay, maybe trans women are the type of woman that you are. A trans person is not the type of woman that I am. So maybe that's how, you know, things are for you over there. That's not how it is for me. So nonetheless, let's go ahead. I'm not going to argue biology with a person. I mean, we all know. Listen, or at least we should by now. At least we should by now, doggone it. Because if you don't, then I'm going to have to direct you to a biology or a science book, right? Straight men in ladies' rooms now. Yes, of course, because this is what's going to happen. I'm going to show you a bunch of videos. They want to be near us. They're jealous of us. They want to be us. Look, we're going to talk about it. So this is the video here. So let's play this real quick. No sound.
And just the arrogance for
the strangeness of calling it arrogance for people to speak facts about biology. There's so much that I want to show you. There's so much I want to show you. We'll play that again.
This is what I mean when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person, but as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello? This is what I mean when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity.
Yeah, so for this person, this person was talking about how the audacity, women don't own periods, right? And then this person came back out. It's like if you want to talk about audacity, right? If you want to talk about audacity, let's talk about audacity. So this person made that statement and talking about how womanhood is different for every person. So I guess this person is calling themselves a woman, even though this person has XY chromosomes. I want you to see how this person came back out in the follow-up video. I just want you to see how this person decided to show up, right?
This is what I mean when the... But it's interesting because people will take a 30-second clip of what I say and what I mean and just completely run with it, right?
So this is this person
thinking critically about a situation and actually
without the wig, without the makeup, talking about womanhood is different for everybody. Yes, and manhood is different for everyone too. I don't even understand what the debate is really. It's like, oh my gosh. I don't, this is just, I don't even want to, just go watch the last video. Go watch the last video. Because I don't want to go back into all of that. And then Jess Hilarious came out.
Who the fuck is going to stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass.
All right, so just go watch the last video. Listen. We went through all of it. I don't want to go over all of that stuff again. Then a person with a 10-inch dick, and breast decided to come and speak out on the situation. Well, according to their own account, they said they have a 10-inch dick. So it's like people are talking about women don't own periods. Has anybody ever seen a person who is claiming that they're a man, who was born biologically female, claiming that they're a man, coming out talking about men don't own spermatozoa, men don't own sperm? You just don't see that. But where do we begin? Where do we begin? I know where to begin. I know where to begin right here. I saw this post, and this person is an associate that I interacted with online, and I saw this post from this person. And this person is a biological male who identifies as male, and this is from Larry Reed. You all know him. He does the church stuff. He does all the church scandals and all that other stuff. So he decided to come out and lend his XY chromosome 2 cents to the damn situation. And here he go. Men that dress, live, recreate themselves as women are not female and can never be real women or a biological woman. Being disrespectful to someone's lifestyle and how they choose to live daily isn't necessary, and fussing and arguing about it as a real woman reads insecure to me. Biological women, females, aka real women, cannot be duplicated, so act like it. You're above all that back and forth. So this is what an XY chromosome person is saying, right? And I'm wondering why, listen, what we have here, for people who don't understand what is going on, we have XY chromosome persons saying, I am a woman. And now we have an XY chromosome person inserting themselves into the conversation to talk about how women are dealing with the situation. You know, it's like, and I hate to have to use the black card on this, but you know, I'm intersectional, like a Siemens sofa. I'm intersectional, right? It's like when these women with this bone straight corn silk hair is coming out with their damn plaits on their head with their extensions and trying to pantomime blackness, right? And black women come out and say, hold on, wait a minute now, wait a damn minute. Because you see, when it comes to black women, we are considered the lowest rung, the bottom of the barrel, the lowest low, and people decide to encroach upon us all the time. And then mother effers come out to defend the people. Oh, why can't you let them wear their extension box braids? Why can't you let them tan their face and do all of this? And we remember all the kumbaya inclusivity. Oh, remember the natural hair movement of 2012? How everybody was doing their damn big chops. And it went from black women celebrating their hair to then getting categorized as number 4 on the list instead of number 1 on the list, and everybody going down from there. We then got categorized as 4A, B, and C here, and then 3, and then 1. Number 1 was the finest, wasn't it? That's that corn silk, right? And then they co-opted the movement so much so till Carol's daughter went and made herself go out of her black ass business by then creating natural hair creams for women with straight damn hair. Do you remember that? Carol's daughter was all the rage back in the days. Because remember, I had TKO Skin. She had Carol's daughter. And then all of a sudden, I believe L'Oreal bought Carol's daughter. She got that paper. Then the next thing you know, she was making natural hair care product for women with straight hair. And that was the last that I ever saw a Carol's daughter booth in the doggone mall, because black women shut that shit down. You shut it down. Oh, you shut it down. Yeah, we shut that shit down. Shut it down. Right? And so now here we have an XY chromosome person coming out talking about it reads insecure. Why are we speaking up about this? First of all, it is not any man's place. Listen. Unless you're defending women who are biologically weaker and smaller than the XY chromosome people who are encroaching upon the square that they're standing on, you have no place in this conversation. Because what's happening is it's XY chromosome persons beating up on XX chromosome persons. See, because you can't even say man or women anymore. So I'm saying XY and XX, you know who I'm talking about. Because if you think about it, the Y is a broken X chromosome, and you can tell from their fucking behavior that something's broken. So what we have are XY chromosome persons saying, I want to stand on this square that you're standing on. And then XY chromosome persons coming out talking about, why is this a big deal to you? Hush, hush, hush. Why was Eric Garner or any of these other people who were choked out by the police a big deal to anyone? Why speak up about it? It's reading insecure. Oh, you think I'm exaggerating? Oh, let's talk about what it is that I wanted to talk about. But let me show you something else real quick, because he went and he made a video, and I didn't watch the whole video. I just played a few seconds of it. And here.
If you are an authentic, real female woman, biological woman, I don't know why you would allow yourself to go down in that space and get triggered up by someone who look at you as an idol, who wants to be you or play.
Nigga, excuse my language. Excuse my language. Oops, that slipped out. In that movie, how many of you are old enough to remember the movie Single White Female, where that woman put out an ad for a roommate, and then the next thing you know, the roommate was there living, and then next thing you know, her hair was cut just like hers. Next thing you know, she was riding on her man. Next thing you know, she was trying to kill her. Copying someone's style. Come on, Larry. Copying someone's style and wanting to be them is not, they say, what is it, the statement? People only say the first half of this statement, that mimicry is the greatest compliment. What is it? What is the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. When someone pretends to be, what is it? What's the word? Come on, you all know the word. What's the word? Something is the greatest compliment. Something, what's that word? It's when someone copies you, right? Yeah, that movie was wild. I remember that movie. Listen, what is the word? Imitation. Yes, thank you. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, is the statement goes, but people only say the first part. The second part, who knows the second part to that statement? That the mediocre play to the great. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, that the mediocre pay to the great. That's the second half of it. I'm sorry, but a person, especially when you talk about a broken X chromosome person who is all about dominating, domineering, pushing you off your square, war, dominion. Why is it a problem that these people are pantomiming womanhood, trying to change their birth certificates? This makes it dangerous for women. And I'm going to show you a set of videos that will solidify my point. So let's hear what else he says. Hopefully this is a short video.
You or live as you.
How is this a compliment that somebody wants to live as, especially an XY chromosome person that you know is already sex crazed? I mean, listen, males were built for sex. They always seem to be in the mood, and you see how the gay male community gets down. But why is it that certain XY chromosome people are pantomiming womanhood? Why? I'm going to play a video for you that talks about the jealousy that they feel. Let's hear a little bit more of this. Let's see.
Why would you, the real thing, fight with the replica? That don't make no sense. Why you?
Because women are and fought to be a protected class. So when a dick toter, when a penis toter with a big old schlong comes slapping his balls into the damn dressing room that you're in while your little girl is talking about, Mommy, what's that? Right? When they got their dick and balls swinging out by the damn shower as you're trying to be in a safe space, and they're like, I'm a woman. And then you hear this big old booming voice coming from around the way. Why would women who are smaller, weaker, less bone density, more fragile, who were a protected class, why would they feel some sort of way about the imitators with their big old dick and balls and their damn big ass muscles hopped up on all types of doggone hormones? Why would women who were a protected class feel any type of way about it? Are you serious? Come on. Are we upset about them staying in their lane or trying to cross over into ours?
You got to go into all of this kind of fight war thing with each other. It just don't make no sense to me, but this is a man.
With each other? No, dear, we're not the same. This is not two women fighting amongst themselves so that you could be like, well, I'm a man. You're an XY chromosome person, and so are the people that are attempting to infiltrate this space. Here he go, listen.
Speaking that.
But I'm a man speaking that. Do you not realize that those are men who are speaking that shit? That these are people who got dick and balls and big ass muscles and hard ass bones? Come on.
On the left or on the right, the women, biological or the trans women, I could be offending. Listen, y'all know I'm an ally to everybody, so you get offended for a kid. I don't even care. I think the biological women should just chill the hell out.
I think that an XY chromosome person should not be speaking unless it's to tell your homies to back the fuck up. I think the XY chromosome persons need to be talking to your boys. No offense, I was hoping not to go there. But stop this.
Every trans woman I know, and y'all know I know TS Madison pretty well, she would tell you, I know I'm born a man, but I am a trans woman.
Of course, TS Madison is going to admit that this person was born a boy or a man. TS Madison was just on the internet talking about the big 10-inch dick swinging down below between them legs. Come on. Who's going to be in denial about that?
You're all black. How about that? You're a black trans woman. You're a black woman.
Well, why don't you say this when people start claiming to be transracial now? What's the problem if people imitate you and then get themselves injected with melanin? Go get themselves injected with melanin and then go get your United Negro College Fund scholarship. How about that? Like these people are taking scholarships from little girls, coming into the races. And listen, I'm going to show you an article about why it's problematic for these people to stealthily continue to enter into sports races with girls. I'm going to show you why it's problematic.
Get on the same team. The girl who started this conversation and Jess Hilarious, both were saying triggering stuff because of a lack of reading books, education, and being culturally sensitive. This is very triggering. You're saying somebody who feels as though they're in the wrong gender identity and want to switch it.
That's a mental health issue. If you feel that you were born in the wrong body, this is a mental health issue. No amount of hormones, no amount of surgeries, none of that is going to change that XY chromosome on the inside. Because the moment that you stop injecting, the moment that you wipe off the damn makeup and that wig flies off your head, the moment the apocalypse comes and you don't have access to your injections, the truth begins to unravel. Talking about get on the same team. There is no same team if you can't respect and admit that we are not the same, that there is reason that we have to fear you, that there is reason that we have to, come on.
You're saying you're crazy, that you have a mental illness.
We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give.
You listen, I might come back and watch that video later. Maybe not. People be busy. I think I got the gist of it. This person is basically saying that, why can't you girls just get along? Because we're not girls. We're not girls. This is a situation of bigger, stronger people who are biologically known to dominate, trying to pretend as if there's no difference. And let me show you something. Here, let's start with playing some effery for you. Let's start with playing some damn effery. Let's do that. Because I told you I had some videos up my sleeve. Go ahead and share this damn video. There was 1,200 people on the last broadcast. You all said that if I came back and did the second video, you was gonna be here. If you shared that last video, share this one too. Oh my goodness, share this one too. How long have we been on? Oh my goodness, it's time for a quick break. When we come back from the break, I'm going to play this video of a transgender person trying to force their inverted dick onto a gynecologist, trying to force this gynecologist to take a look at their damn internal hole. Well, is it a hole? I don't know what it is, an inside-out dick shoved up into their body, some surgical procedure. You need to be going to an internist. But you know what? We're going to talk about that when we come back from this break. All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and read some of these apples. Okay, so Just J, hold on, we got a lot before that. JJ sends $5 and says support and the struggle pony and the struggle ponytail. That was a little struggle ponytail that Jess had in that picture. Miss Lady sends $5 and says, break video. This needs to go viral. Oh, thank you. Well, the video's too long to go viral. It has to be cut up into pieces. If you see a piece that you feel is extremely potent, send me the timestamp for it, and I'll get the video broken down into little snippets. Amber sends $2 and says, providing a safe place for womb holders so womb holders can speak. Absolutely. Absolutely. Vertice sends $3 and says, as an older woman, I saw it becoming a problem early. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because these people just didn't know how to leave well enough alone. They deserve human rights. Yes, they do not deserve women's rights. No. You deserve human rights, not women's rights. No, absolutely not. Raquez sends $20 and says, keep on standing in truth, Miss TKO. Thank you. Thank you. Malika sends $30 and says, for biological women. Absolutely. For biological women. That's right. That's right. And Just Jay sent me a message that says, I still don't know why I'm blocked on your channel. You should not be blocked, Just Jay. And I need you to send me a message so that we can figure out what your username is and get you unblocked. You should not be blocked. It's been like that over 6 months. Really? You should not have been blocked. I don't know why you're blocked. I have to look into that. I changed my chat name recently. Are you oh, you're the one who got blocked the other day because people said you were trolling? Oh my goodness. Okay, but you said it's been like this for 6 months. So we definitely need to figure out and see what's going on. Tyrone in a do-rag. Wow, you're not a woman, sir. Lord have mercy. Listen, I'm not going to do this with you, Khadija. This feel willfully antagonistic. Can call in show. You know what? I'm too tired to call in tonight, but we might be able to do something for another day. Miranda sends $1 and says XX female, XY male. Yes, you know, I be getting all confused up with the chromosomes. We'll be talking so fast. Bro code 2023. Men stick with men, trans or not. Let's talk about that bro code, where they feel it's okay for a person with dick and balls to be able to invade the space of women. It's unbelievable. Just Jay says, remember you had the open panel a couple of days. Well, yeah, you know, listen, and I told you to write to me on my website. I didn't get a message from you because I need to get your name. Trans people were so nice, then snapped every time. You talking about the open panel that I did during the pandemic that turned into a whole doggone boondoggle? It was a mess. It was maybe 2 trans women that were sensible. Yeah. That was during the pandemic. I remember it well. The rest attacked you on that live. Yeah, and you know what? The thing about it is that was really kind of crazy is that I was also attacked by a person who claimed to have been a man. So this person wants to be able to hop themselves up on testosterone and then still be able to receive women's privileges when it was really bizarre, really bizarre. Barbara sends $50 and says heart. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, if you just look for trans and the word Tonya TKO trans. I did the great trans debate all during the pandemic, and this is when I realized that the nasty nature of some of these XY chromosome persons in demanding and expecting for a person to look beautiful all the time. I don't, come on, just because you have to spend hours putting on makeup to try to smooth out your skin. Listen, estrogen smooths out mine. Listen. Anyway, let's get back into the video. I'm gonna check the PayPal on the next go round. So let's get into this video that I've been wanting you all to see since the last broadcast. Take a look at this.
Need to be checked. You know, I mean, they got to use a speculum. They've got to take a sample, that type of thing. Check for tears, blah, 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 right? I mean, makes sense. And so what they had said to me is like, well, we don't do that here.
You know, I need to get my captions together because the captions are messing up. So this person wants the gynecologist to use a speculum on their jammed open, unhealed wound, right? They want the gynecologist to use a swab. To swab what? There's the whatever's going on with you between your legs is not going to go on a petri dish. You need to go to an internist to check to make sure that your stitches for your inside out dick, that your stitches are holding. That's what you need. You need to find out if the stitches are in place or if whatever dildo you have to hold up inside of you to keep your gaping area open. You need to go to a person who is trained and qualified in that. See, this is the problem with the delusion of letting these people think that they're women. Now, they're trying to get gynecologists shut down. They're trying to get their licenses taken away for discrimination because if I'm a woman, right, I should be able to go to the gynecologist, right? This is what I'm saying, the delusion of this all. I mean, look at this person. Look at this person.
And I'm like, but you're a gynecologist office. Why wouldn't you? Well, we don't treat trans patients. So you're discriminating against me is what you're telling me. You know? My female doctor in Toronto would have taken you in a heartbeat. Damn. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. I am pretty fucking pissed. You know, it's...
And you know, I wouldn't want to piss off a person like this. Pretty effing pissed. When we know the emotional nature of XY chromosome persons, now they got all a cocktail of different hormones swirling around in there, towering over you with their two damn hard-ass scones in their chest, hovering over you, talking about, you better take me. I'm pretty damn pissed. Come on.
So hard to find a fucking, like, a gynecologist that can, like, even work with me, you know?
Gyno. How many of you know the Latin term gyno, what it means? Like, come on. Why would a gynecologist be seeing a person who does not have a vagina? Why would a gynecologist be seeing? See, this is what I'm saying, the delusion of it all. These people are deluded, and we have been putting up with this farce for far too long.
Need to be checked, you know? I mean, they got to use a fucking speculum. They've got to take a sample.
If you, what sample of what? To see if you're bleed from torn stitches, what is she gonna do? And then also, if she puts that speculum in there and cranks that open, listen. Remember that reggae song from back in the days? Punani, stretched to fit, it must be elastic. Stretched to fit, it must have a rubber ball up in it. You remember that? Punani, stretched to fit, it must be elastic. Punani, stretched to fit, it must have a rubber ball up in it. Right. If this person puts a speculum up inside your sheath, whatever that thing is over there, and punctures it because it's not stretching to fit, because it's not elastic, then they'll be liable for puncturing something down there. Now you walking around, now you gotta be rushed to the emergency room because now you're bleeding internally from your inside out phallus. I mean, come on. The delusion of this, but you want to see something that's delusional? Let me show you. Let me show you delusion. If you think that's delusion, let me show you where we are going with this delusion. We're gonna get back into the serious videos, but I want you to see this real quick, right? Because when I saw this, I was disturbed. I said, "What the H?" So this person has created a video to help people mimic period blood, right? Menstruation is something natural that is constantly associated with being a quote-unquote woman. Therefore, it's completely normal for all women to want to experience the sensation, and I hope you appreciate that.
So
listen.
Today's video is going to be a little bit different from pretty much all the other videos I've done. I was contacted very recently, like a day or two ago, by a lady who told me that she was a transgender woman and that she was trying to find a way to kind of simulate her period because, as far as I'm aware, women who are transgender can't actually experience periods naturally.
As far as you're aware, come on, girl. We all went to 6th grade education class. The period comes from the uterus. Do I need to bring my board back out that I brought out in the last video? You know that an XY chromosome person cannot have a period without a uterus and the eggs and going through the fallopian tube and the uterine layer. So now this person is some sort of artist, and she is going to help people come up with a concoction for period blood. I just want you to see this.
I haven't found a way to make that possible. I don't believe, I did try and do a little bit of research, but I couldn't really find anything on it. And there didn't seem to be any information on whether or not a transgender woman could menstruate. But at the moment, I don't believe that's possible. I'm just gonna go down a bit.
So nonetheless, so this person wants to be able to create a concoction. So she's come up with cornstarch, and she's gonna show you exactly how to mix it. Because these people want to play up in people's face and go put this shit on a pad and then go put the pad in a man's bathroom to talk about, my period. No. Come on. Look, this is what she's going to do.
Doesn't matter if this is like correct or not. Actually, I'm going to do 4. I'm going to mix a little bit more. Then I'm going to take a tiny, tiny bit of corn flour. Let me get some in. So I realized also you could probably do this for other things, not necessarily menstrual blood, but it looks quite realistic. So you see, I'm not even going to use all of that. I'm just going to.
So she's got this mixing up
because the food coloring does like to stain your fingers. You can see my finger from yesterday when I was trying this out. So I'm just going to do that very quickly. I highly recommend you get this type of food coloring. This is the silver spoon, which is in like a squeezy bottle. It doesn't go all over you.
Anyway, so she puts this red in there, and then you see how it looks. It doesn't look quite realistic enough.
So it should be this kind of like, hang on, let me turn the camera down a bit. So you can see here, it's this really kind of dark red consistency. Then I'm just gonna add in 1 to 2 drops of black. So 1, probably 2 realistically, but I start off with 1 because black is a very, very strong food coloring color. You can see there, it's nice and dark. And that is the effect you're going for.
And so she basically goes through the whole video showing how to create this period blood, the exact mixture. She's even trying to figure out some ways to get some clots in there. And so she got this, she's showing how to put it in a menstrual cup. This is sad. This is what I'm saying. Why are you playing around with people like this? So now you're showing them how to mix up this thing. Listen. So she's showing how to simulate a period. Remember that video that I did on my other channel? If you're not on my other channel, make sure that you go there. The other channel is www.youtube.com/@TonyaTKO clips. That's where I put the short clips at. Do you remember the video that I put up a few months ago where this trans person was trying to claim that they had their period and was like, if anybody says welcome to womanhood, I'm going to lose my shit. Right? Where's that video? Let me just search for the word trans. Trans, trans. Here we go. Let's pull this up on the screen real quick so that we can get on the same page with the effery that is going on out here, right? They don't want the cramps and the bloating. They just want to be able to put some on a pad and then throw it and roll it up and put it in the trash to feed into their damn delusion. So here, let's put this up real quick. Let's if you haven't seen this video, you haven't seen my shorts, you need to go to the other page. I do shorts and reels over there. So here, let's just put the whole thing up here. Oh wait, the volume. Hold on.
Why? Stop. Why is this thing not hot? I swear to God, if anyone says welcome to womanhood, I'm gonna lose my shit.
So in case you didn't hear that, this person says, oh, if anyone says welcome to womanhood, I'm gonna lose my shit. Meanwhile, smirking and laughing, happy to be inducted into this female rite of passage. No one is going to tell you welcome to womanhood. You need to take your ass to the doggone doctor and see what is the matter with your intestines, your doggone bile duct, your liver, your kidney, your pancreas, or your appendix. You need to go to the doggone doctor and see what's the matter with you, because in case they didn't teach you, because I don't know how long it is that you claim that you've been identifying as a womb holder, but I don't know if they didn't teach you this in childhood sex education class, but the cramps from menstruation comes from the uterus, dear, and that you do not have. Your insides are empty of a uterus. There are no cramps. So baby, if you are feeling some pain, you need to go to the doggone doctor immediately, because there's no phantom uterus, there's no cramping, there's no uterine lining, there is none of that. There is something going on with your doggone gallbladder or your intestines, dear, or them hormones that you're pumping yourself up on are having some sort of adverse reaction on the inside, and you may be in physical crisis, dear, because there's no uterus in there. There is no capacity for you to hold human. Listen. I went off in that video. If you haven't seen that video, please Go watch it. It's on the other page. You should be on the other page anyway. You need to get on that page. You need to share the videos on that page because the algorithm will bring up my other videos for the people that you share it to. So if you want somebody to see my videos, go share those shorts. And then the next thing you know, they're seeing the rest of my videos, right? But I definitely went off. I went off in that video. Let me see if I can find the other video that I did on trans. Let me just type in the word trans. Here go. Look at this. You remember this person right here? Oh my goodness. This
You're
is
trusted. You know how hard it is to.
Oh my goodness. So there's another one here. You remember this? Do you remember this right here? You remember this? You remember? Hold on.
It's okay to be. I don't even identify as a woman, and I'm more of a woman than you. It's okay to be scared. I am tired of TERFs making a mockery of real women. Oh, what? You were born with ovaries? You bleed every month? You have XX chromosomes? Yeah, that's cute. Tell me what other external factors it doesn't.
So listen, I want you all to go watch that whole video because basically this is the person with XY chromosomes now. See, this is the problem. You invite a person into your home, right? Because you're so loving and so sweet because XX chromosome people, women, are naturally cooperative. These people, these XY chromosome persons are naturally competitive. So now this person is talking about they're the real women. Go watch that whole video. Go watch that whole video. And then we have other XY chromosome persons talking about why do you even care what these people say? Because these people are bigger, stronger, and hopped up on all types of damn illicit hormones, towering over us with their hard ass bone density and their big ass damn muscles and some rock hard ass titties and a big dick and ball swinging between their legs, or if they have, or one turned inside out on the inside of them. All types of mental unwellness going on inside of them. And you're wondering why we're worried, we're vulnerable, and people are not seeming to understand this. There's a whole bunch of other videos. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's about time for us to take another break. Oh, my goodness. The time is going so quickly. It's going so quickly. It's going so quickly. So what we're going to do is I have a few other videos that I need to show you because the delusion is worse than you even thought. And I want to show you why it's so dangerous for biological women. So right after this break, we're going to be right back. All right, and we are back. All right, so there's a few different things that I want you all to see. So let's start with the PayPal that came in first. So Amber has sent a message, and Amber says, I totally agree with your premise on this subject. You always bring receipts. Thank you so much, Amber. I appreciate that. And then let's head over to the apples, right? Here we go. Anetta sends 1111 and says, trans men need to go get their prostate checked. Huh. Listen, I don't even know what we listen, because according to what they say, the trans men are the ones who were assigned female at birth. Glynis sends $5 and says the person with the scone scares me too, Tonya. Oh, it gets much worse than that. It gets much worse than that. It gets much worse than that. Let us play something real quick for you. I want you to see. I want you to see some madness. I'm gonna grab those. It looks like we got 2 in while I just was refreshing. Kenya sends $10 and LaRon sends 5 and says, God will show them at the end. Really? I think God is going to be very forgiving. I don't think God is really going to, you know, if anything, this person entered into this life with this mental unwellness, being tortured with the thought of being born in the wrong body. So I that's a journey that I wouldn't want to wish on anyone, especially in these day and age, and trying to find your footing and trying to find your way. It doesn't, it's very, 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 it's sad. It's really sad. And then operating from how it is that you've been socialized as a male to conquer, dominate, and take over, and then not understanding why these pretty soft creatures that you're emulating don't want you to dominate them. It's unbelievable. It reminds me of this story that my father once told me about, who was it? It was I forget. It was some sort of underground animal that it's some sort of Aesop fable or something like that. And because, you know, my father's from the Caribbean. And he told this story about this underground animal. Let's say, what's an underground animal? A mole, a rabbit, a possum, whatever, right? So this animal, this porcupine was homeless. And this animal invited the porcupine into his home, right? And before you know it, the porcupine invited their sister, invited their mother, their friend, their cousin. And before you know it, the little ground under hole was jam-packed. And every time the porcupine turned around, its spindles would stab into the host. And there were so many of them that every time each one of them turned around, the little underground family was getting stabbed up with all of these little porcupine spears. And then the little underground animal said to the porcupine, "My goodness, when are you going to leave? You said you just needed to be here for a little while. You needed to find your footing." And the porcupine was like, "Look, if you're uncomfortable, why don't you leave?" And then the next thing you know, the little underground animal had no home. Underground animal had to head out into the damn wilderness now that underground animal was homeless. You try to do a nice thing for a person, inviting them into your space, and then the next thing you know, they take over and you're out. You're out. So let's play. Oh, I gotta put the timer up. There we go. There we go. Let's play this next video that I've been wanting you to see, because the name of this video is why it is the danger of allowing trans into our space. And listen, don't get me wrong. I believe that trans people deserve their human rights. They just don't deserve women's rights. It's as simple as that. So this next video, when I saw this video, I said, you know what? They need to outlaw these hormones. They need to outlaw them, because it's becoming ridiculous now at this point. I just want you to see what it is that I'm seeing and hear what it is that I'm hearing, because this was just too doggone much for me. Here. Here. I just want you to see the freak show. So you see this person, right? What do you think this person sounds like, right? This person, you can imagine a cute, maybe even a mousy type of voice, because they got them cherub cheeks, or red and rosy, right? So here, listen.
If you're cis, I want you to message the trans person in your life and ask them, what is one thing that you can do?
What the F is going on? This is a mockery right here. So you got your big damn deep ass voice. Some of them bragging about having a 10-inch dick. They got their hard ass bone and muscle mass. They towering over you with their big damn deep ass voices and pretty faces. What the F? Like, come on, what are you doing? Like, come on.
You to lighten their load this week, whether that be grocery shopping, folding laundry, doing dishes. Ask the trans people in your life if there's a task or something that you can offer them to help with the burden that we're carrying, because we're having to deal with all of this stuff right now while having to deal with all of the life stuff that we regularly deal with. And the
Hold on. I just want you to see these big legs agape. Man spreading. Big legs wide open. That's not ladylike. The hell?
The regular life stuff that we deal with is life stuff, and then there's transphobia and living as a trans person in the world, and then there's what's going on right now, which is all of that combined. And then send that trans person $5 so they can get themselves a treat. If you're...
So really? You believe this? So now the trans person is disabled. You're supposed to call up a trans person and be like, can I do some grocery shopping for you? Can I do your laundry? Here's $5 so you can get yourself a treat. Good boy. Or whatever you want to say. Really? So we're supposed to listen. We're supposed to. I mean, so are you okay? Or are you unwell? Because if you're admitting that you're unwell and coping with life stuff is too much, that you're incapacitated, then I don't think trying to stand on the square of women is what you need to be doing. You need to be figuring out a way to come to terms with the mental unwellness that you are feeling with thinking that you were born in the wrong body. I mean, come on. This person says, so you want a woman to provide. Why do you all have to act like this? Nonetheless, there's many more videos that I need you to see. There's many more videos that I need you to see. That's just one of them. That's just one. So, here, this is what I also wanted to show you. This is something you need to see. You need to see this. You need to see this. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is so good. This is so good. Oh my goodness, here. This right here. This right here. This right here. So let's talk about it.
Men that they always have to come in and like humble us.
Men are jealous of women. It is the root of all of our issues as genders in our society. Men are jealous of women. And from the lens of a man, you could see why that would be the case. The attention that women receive is not attention the majority of men will ever receive in their lives. Now, women are often the targets of hostile, aggressive, and even violent attention. But conversely, most men aren't the subject of attention ever. Most of their existences are irrelevant unless they are providing something or serving a purpose. Now, this is not me playing my little violin for men. We all have our crosses to bear, and it is a patriarchal society that has set up the perspectives of the genders in this way. The same society that the majority of men uphold. I think if the majority of men stopped and observed the plights of women due to the patriarchy, they would solve a lot of their own problems in that process. That usually doesn't happen. So again, I'm not playing my tiny violin for anybody. However, the hyperfixation, the hypersexualization of women does cause men to envy us. From the viewpoint of a man, women can date as many people as possible, have much more options. And not only do they have more options than suitors, but a lot of our suitors are willing to provide lifestyles for us.
Now, you know what? I want to give a shout out to Real Talk with Yanni because I saw this video on her page and I had an epiphany. And I realized something, right? When this woman got to this point of her video, I realized the difference between a man dating a man and a person who is female presenting dating a man. Now, shout out to Chrissy as well, because I watched her video and Chrissy came at it from the standpoint of competition. So if you watch Chrissy's video, watch Yanni's video, watch my video, and then put all of these pieces together. Remember, we did that big, wide broadcast about the gay men dating gay men and what it's like in the gay male community. Let's talk about this real quick. Think about it. Think about it. Men dating men, right? Think about this. Think about it. In the gay male community, the men, listen, men are built for sex anyway, right? They're always down for whatever. They don't require much to get in the bedroom, right? It's boom, boom into my room everywhere, at the gas station, at the truck stop, in the damn park after dark, anywhere. They don't care, right? So you just got the boom, boom into my room in the gay male community, right? Where they just using you, coming inside your back door and then tossing you out the front, right? That's it. Using your hole and discarding you, right? However, we know that many heterosexual men are jealous of women. They talk about the animosity that they have towards women receiving these resources. They're not angry that the women are getting the resources. They're mad that they are not. They're mad that dating favors women. So think about it. Think about it. If a man wants to date men, but would like for the man to invest in him, what does he do? What are the ways that a man can get another man to invest in him while dating? It's right there in front of you. What can they do? They can be more feminine. They can uphold that counterbalance of femininity so that there is this fragility and this come hither and take care of me air to it, right? According to Chrissy's theory, she says that trans women are actually competing for men with women. There's something that Chrissy said that I disagree with. Chrissy says that, so Chrissy was talking about how there's a trans person who said that men would love to date or can take our men or something like that. And Chrissy was like, no, something like this, something along those lines, like, no. But I disagree. I believe that men, if given the right type of permission, that the transgender person has what it is that they're looking for. Remember, we've been talking about how men don't really see women as human, that men don't really appreciate the things that are naturally feminine. So a trans person who is biologically male understands the male psychology. They've been indoctrinated into boyhood and manhood and the patriarchy and misogyny for the bulk of their lives, right? And I think that men would get along very well with other men who are dressed up as, so you get the softness of the portrayed femininity, and then you also get that you my nigga personality. You don't get the intuition and the softness and that stuff that comes with true woman. You don't get that expecting a person to be able to truly open up and communicate. You don't get that. You don't get all of the issues that come along with these pesky women are from Venus, men are from Mars. You get another Martian who done got themselves pumped up with some hormones like Malik Yoba, right? So I see somebody putting up a broken heart saying, no, I don't want to be with other men. You know, far too many men enjoy the company. Look, you know how they sing in the songs. I don't know what you heard about me. A bitch can't get $1 out of me. But when you see him in the club, right? He's there with a whole bunch of penis toters smashed up back to front in the VIP, sipping on yak as they got their chains swinging down low with their drinks up in the air, talking about how ain't no woman gonna use them. But these male gold diggers are hanging all around them. I don't know what you heard about me. But they got on them little tank top units. Right? They're so upset at the feminine, but imagine. I mean, you heard Malik Yoba. You know, Malik Yoba likes his trans. You would think a person who likes a person who presents as woman or presents as something, that they would have told his damn ass to put some fucking chapstick on, some damn gloss on his lips or something, some shea butter, cocoa, something. You New York undercover so that his mouth wouldn't look like he was always eating powdered donuts. Somebody should have told that damn man something, because his mouth was always looking messed up. Oh, it could have been from ashy ass teabag. It could have been from something. I don't know. But somebody could have told him, right? So nonetheless, if you think about the psychology of it, right? If you think about the psychology of it, a man is not going to get the same resources from a man if that man is masculine. If that man is feminine, he can be able to tap into that part of male nature that wants to take care of his softer counterpart. I'm not reading your comments. Let me scroll back on this just a little bit. What do you think of my theory? What do you think of my theory? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on? The thing is not working now all of a sudden. Why isn't it working? Uh-oh. I hope the video is still there, because goodness knows. Some words, like you can't say certain words on TikTok. Like in some platforms, you can't even say the word man. Men is a protected class, but you could talk about women all day long, talking about unaliving them, talking about doing all sorts of stuff, but you can't say the word man. Let me refresh.
What is it about men that they always have to come in and like...
I don't know what you heard. Oh gosh, now that's in my head.
What is it about men that they always have to come in and like...
A man, women can date as many people as possible, have much more options. And not only do they have more options than suitors, but a lot of our suitors are willing to provide lifestyles for us. I have several men in my life that are not only envious of the men that I date, but they're envious of the lifestyle that these men provide for me. It's a double-sided envy. Not only do they want to be with beautiful women to receive some kind of social status, to feel validated as men, but they want the attention and the lifestyle that these women are awarded. And again, since there's not a ton of thought on the adversities that women face, the advantages of being a woman, the advantages of being an attractive woman is all that men are really left to observe. This creates a hatred for women in their hearts. Not only do they resent not being able to have them, but they resent what they have. That's why you'll see so many comments talking about, OnlyFans and girls having sugar daddies and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, if any of these men woke up tomorrow as a woman, they would do the same thing, if not worse. And the thing that deters a lot of women from pursuing these paths is because they are so shamed by society where men's voices are the loudest. But it's the catch-22 that we're always presented with, where they want us to put out, but then they judge us for being sluts. It's because they have this conflicting contradiction of emotion that they're constantly wrestling with. Now, I'm envious of men too. I'm envious of the reality they face in several ways, and I can make a separate video about that. But the reason why they always try to put us down whenever we get a little bit of leadway is because they already feel like we have it too good. And they're jealous.
So they're jealous. What are your thoughts on that? That they're jealous, that they want to be us. They want the favor we receive. They want the gifts that we get. They want woman treatment. How many videos have you seen online with men fantasizing about being able to rest in his feminine, having the woman take care of everything where he doesn't have to, he just has to sit back and receive. And wait, didn't Usher make a very sexy song called Trading Places? Trading places. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. You're on the top, I'm on the bottom. You're something, 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 something. We're trading places. Talking about, oh wait, what did he say in it? Okay. Taking on a shopping spree, now you're spending like you really love me. Just don't want to something. They fantasizing, constantly fantasizing about being in the woman's place. So are you all ready for the dangerous part now? Are you all ready for the dangerous part? Oh my goodness, it's time for a break. When we come back from the break, should we play the dangerous part or should we, you know what? Let's watch this man demolish an EMT worker who says that woman doesn't have a definition. I'm sure some of you saw this video. I wanted to react to it, but I'm reacting to it now, right? All right. All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And you know what? Listen, I don't want to make fun of people who are already mentally unwell. I have empathy for their situation. I can have empathy and still be able to maintain the boundary that while I have empathy for you and I believe you deserve human rights, you just don't deserve women's rights, right? So here, let's jump into these Cash Apps real quick. Just Jay says, my bonus hole hurt. listening to these cis men. Listen, I don't acknowledge the word cis, but you're talking about your bonus hole hurt? Lord have mercy. Josette sends $5 and says, look up women killed because man thought she... Oh, I know. I got that story. I got that. And I got a little girl who was running track, who was confronted by a grandfather. I got that story. Don't you worry. Like I said, I got a lot of videos I want to show you. Ooh, Maima sends $5 and says, they need to respect bio woman. Yes, absolutely. Miss Lady sends $1 and says, trans women took black men out the home. I don't know what's wrong with some of you. You're so silly. So silly, so silly, so silly, so silly. All right. Let's refresh and see what else we have here. Betty Bell sends $5. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. All right. So let's jump into this video. It doesn't show how long the video is. So let's see. Let's see. What is a woman? I thought this video was spot on.
My name is Luna, and I am a nationally registered advanced EMT here in the state of New Mexico. I am also transgender. I have responded to, by conservative estimates, about 1,500 calls for service. I have treated more transgender people than I can count.
You said you're an EMT. You're responding to a health emergency. Biological male is having a medical emergency.
Oh, there's too much sound in this. I'm not listening.
So how would you define female?
Through my training in healthcare, there are several different categories for how we define sex. People bring up chromosomes. People also bring up hormone levels. People bring up all sorts of other categories. Lots of people don't fit neatly into a gender binary, even people we don't consider to be intersex. It's a complicated spectrum.
It's not complicated, but you also didn't define. So what is a woman? What is a female? What do these words mean?
It's complicated, and I know you're not going to like that answer, but that's because there are no simple answers in human biology.
Let me ask you a question.
You guys,
Ask you one last
hang
question.
on. Just let me finish. You guys like to bring up high school level biology classes a lot. I get that a lot, but people who go on to more complicated biology classes will talk about sex as a spectrum.
It's not. It's not.
Well, biological researchers would disagree with you.
Well, then they're full of shit, the ones that would say that. Look, there are male gametes and female gametes. You're an EMT.
Yes.
Okay, if you're responding to a health emergency. Biological male, somebody with a penis, is having a medical emergency. And they say to you, I think I'm having a miscarriage. Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
Look. No, but that's because some people don't have body parts. Doesn't mean they're not a woman.
So how would you define female?
Yes. There we have it. So if something has no definition, then that means that then nobody can be something. If there's no definition, no one can be it. There's a definition for what a woman is, and people are trying to dance all around it. It's right there. Come on. So here, I need you all to hear this next video. Now we're going to get into the dangerous part right here. We're going to get into the dangerous part that I want you all to hear. So let's take a look at this, right? Let's take a look at this real quick here.
Are you aware that 1,200 prisoners are requesting to be sent from a male prison to a female prison?
I'm not, no.
What is our policy when it comes to allowing a male prisoner to be transitioned into a female prison?
I think if you're generally asking the question of how trans people are dealt with in the Bureau of Prisons, my understanding is that these are determinations about where they're placed or where people are placed in general have to do with individualized determinations regarding the security of that individual and the management of the prison.
Are you concerned that if a biological male is sent to a female prison, that could be a risk to female prisoners?
I think every person in prison has to be dealt with dignity and respect.
Are you aware that 1,200
So
prisoners are requesting to be sent?
unwilling to answer. That was Merrick Garland, by the way, right? Unwilling to answer whether or not it's a risk to women to have a biological male. So let's take a listen to this right here. Here, let's take a listen.
Question: a male prison or a female prison? Where should this convicted rapist, who now identifies as a woman and who carried out 2 attacks before she changed gender, serve the sentence? Feel free to comment, follow, like and share. Question: a male prison
a person who has already attacked women with their phallus now goes into prison and says, oh, I'm a woman now. And this person is afforded the right to be able to go into a female prison. Let's listen to this next video right here.
So how many people so far have been transferred to this female prison?
Approximately 40.
And how many people have gone from the female to the male prison?
0.
And how many?
Did you hear that? This is in the state of California as of the time that this video was published. There were already 40 men or 40 prisoners who were in the male prison, right? Who identified as male, then changed the identification and were sent over to the female prison, right? Listen, how many of the people who identify as male went over to the male prison? How many people with pussies went over into the place with the male prisoners? Regardless of how big their beard was, they know they got that twatina between the legs. How come 0 went over to the male prison? 0? Not even 1 is going to stand on their conviction enough. Why? Because there's an advantage. Because men are bigger and stronger. So there's an advantage for a bigger, stronger person to go into an area where the people are smaller and weaker. Let's hear this again because it's longer. Yes, I'm going to play it again. The video is longer than what it is that I played, but let's listen. Listen up. Listen.
So how many people so far have been transferred to this female prison?
Approximately 40.
And how many people have gone from the female to the male prison?
0.
And how many more are they
There are 287 pending applications.
to go from the male prison to female prison?
33.8% of that 287 are registered sex offenders, meaning this is not their first offense or a sex crime.
So you think some of these people are doing this on purpose, to come to the female prison?
Yes, with bad intentions.
Do you think this number will grow over the next few years as more people find out that they can have this option to go into the female prison?
Absolutely. There are very few reasons why someone wouldn't want to take advantage of that. To be forcefully housed with a serial rapist is extremely callous and abusive. What it's done is provided the same privileges, the same opportunities to predator and victim. So no one is safe, just made the victim pool bigger.
So how many people so far have been transferred
You've
to the
heard
female
it.
prison?
Approximately 40.
And how many people have gone from the female to the male prison?
0.
And how many more are they?
There are 287 pending applications.
In California alone, there are 287 pending applications. 1/3 of those, 1 out of every 3 of those are already convicted S-word offenders.
To go from the male prison to female prison?
33.8% of that 287 are registered sex offenders, meaning this is not their first offense or a sex.
So you can rewind and hear that again. Where are the protections for women? So when people like Larry, Lawrence, or whomever, whatever, they come out and they say, by your women, why are you even paying these people any attention? Let them mimic you if they want to. They can never be the real you. It's a lot deeper than that. It's a lot deeper than that. Oh, I didn't get my alarm on. Let me set it now. It's a lot deeper. You want to see how deep it goes? Let me show you how much deeper it goes. Let me show you how much deeper it goes. Let me show you. I came across this story, and this story startled me because I was like, I see how this is problematic. So we've had this tremendous push. So listen, we don't see trans men trying to enter into boys' sports. Why? Because they're physically smaller and physically weaker with less bone density because they are biologically female. There's no advantage to them entering into the male sports. But we hear story after story after story of people who identified as male, who lost in their sports category, all of a sudden saying, I'm a girl, putting on a headband or some barrettes. And then now all of a sudden they're in your daughter's sports. So who is going to end up the loser on that? Yes, girls are going to end up the loser on that, but in more ways than you think. Let me show you this story that I thought was appalling, but I knew that something like this was going to happen. I knew something like this was going to happen because if we allow a situation in which XY chromosome persons are hiding stealthily as women, what does this do? What does it do? It takes away the idea that women deserve protection because there is a double standard. Women are smaller and weaker, and so people automatically, it's ingrained in us to want to protect that which is smaller and weaker, right? That's one. However, when there is that shadow of a doubt that's ingrained in us because you're looking at a person who looks female, but you know this person may be biologically male, it takes away the protections that are afforded to women. Now, don't get me wrong. Listen, according to the data right here, according to the data, at least 4 Black women and girls per day are capital M worded. That was as of what year was this? This came out during the pandemic. It may have been last year. I heard that the numbers, so this is 2021. I heard the numbers are updated from there to this was every 6 hours. They say it's down to every 5 hours now. A Black woman is unalived. Not only that, there's a few different things, a few different problems with this, right? However, my screen is up to show you all this. So I want to show you, remind me of the word honor if I don't remember. Remind me of the word honor, okay? Remind me of the word honor if I don't remember what I want to talk about right after this. So, here. This right here, man accused, listen, read this. Man accused 9-year-old biological female athlete of being trans and demanded her disqualification from the competition. So now, the little Black girls who are skilled and who are naturally biologically female, if they are dominating in a category, then all of a sudden, their whatchamacallit is put up to question, because we know that the standard in this country is to hide the fact that some people are biologically male and allowing them into protected classes and categories for biological females. So a man accused the 9-year-old biological female athlete of being trans and demanded her disqualified. So now, because the standard is for these people to be able to be in sports and prisons or wherever it is that they care to be, now the natural accomplishments of girls is under question, right? So it says here, the child's mother, let me pull this to the side so we can read this. The child, okay, it says here, a 9-year-old girl who runs track and field was scolded by her competitor's grandfather, who accused her of being transgender and demanded she be disqualified, according to the local news outlet in Constant. The child's mother, who has chosen to keep her child's identity anonymous, told Constantnet that her daughter was competing in a shot put event at Killawanning Apple Bowl, blah, 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 British Columbia. Then suddenly one of the participants' grandfathers started yelling at the young girl. People don't regard male bodies the same way that they regard female bodies. And if a person is biologically male, there's an energy that biological male is met with in the patriarchy. It is dangerous in a patriarchy for men to stealthily camouflage as women, because it takes the protection away from women. So now we have people who are operating under the radar. Should anybody be confronted for being male or this, that, and the other? No, but you set the air and the tone for this when you know that you allow biological males to compete against biological females and pretend as if it's all right. Now you've opened up the door for biological females to be vulnerable to the scrutiny because people think that they have male bodies. Somebody said there's no such thing as coincidence. The thing is, remember I played something for you yesterday. I would continue to read that story, but you can pause it, blow it up, and read it yourself, right? It's terrible. It's terrible. But let me play something for you real quick, because somebody said that this is all connected, and I want you to see. I want to play this for you so that you can see how connected I feel that this is, right? There is hold on. There's a strike going on in Hollywood right now, right? There's a strike going on in Hollywood. I want you to pay attention to this, right? I want you to pay attention to why they're striking. Listen.
Shut down for the first time in 63 years, and a lot of it has to do with an insane AI request. So Hollywood is under total shutdown because the actors have joined the writers on the strike. As an example, Deadpool 3 has completely stopped filming. By the way, how cool do Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman look in the first look? Anyways, it's been revealed that the studios have included a proposal that would allow them to scan background performers, give them 1 day's pay, and then own their digital likeness forever to be used however they want with no further compensation. So basically, studios want to be able to use generative AI models to hire less people and speed up the process. And the use of generative AI has been one of the major issues in the negotiation between the two sides. SAG-AFTRA president Fran Drescher said that if we don't stand tall right now, we're all going to be in trouble. We are all going to be in jeopardy of being replaced by machines. Let me know what you think below. And is there an end to this strike on the horizon?
I want you all to pay attention. They wanted to scan the background actors. They wanted to scan their likeness and be able to use their image, their AI image, however they wanted to use them over and over and over again. Now, if the studios were proposing for this to happen to the background actors, why do you think the main character actors, why do you think they began to strike? I want you all to tell me below, why do you think they began to strike? Why do you think they began to strike? Tell me why you think they began to strike. And let me see if you understand what it is that I'm seeing and hearing. So I'm going to put the comments up on the screen. So let's see. Why did the main actors begin to strike? Tell me. I want to know, because if they're not background actors and they're principals, why are the principals also striking? Because when I heard this, I said, they're smart. Ah, yes. You got it. Shout out to you all. The main character actors are striking because this is a test run. This is a test run. If they can get away with it on the background actors, because you see, this is how it happens in society. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not stand up because I was not socialist. Then they came for XYZ, but I did not stand up because I was not XYZ. And then at the end of that statement, they came for the person who was speaking, but there was nobody there to stand up for them. Why? Why? So, the way these governments do it is this is a test run. This transgender thing is a test run. Because if they can get away with being able to implement us accepting XY chromosome persons as XX, what's next? Come on, answer. What's next? What's next? What's next? What is coming down the pipeline that you in your intuition can see and feel? Because if they can get us to fully integrate into abandoning sense and sensibility. Remember, I showed you all that video. I showed you all the video in the last video, the experiment where everybody was facing the other way in the elevator. And one by one, even the people who knew that they were right, turned around to face the back of the elevator, right? So people are saying dominance, oh, no, here we go. Predators will be allowed to date children? Come on, I want you to think deep. Because if you can be transgender, right? They tried to give it a go with the transracial. But then you see, some of you are thinking along the same lines that I am. If they can get transgender to be a thing and get us to accept a thing that we know is not reality, right? What's next? To me, I believe that they're going to try to be transracial. They're going to try to take away the protections from Black people. And then we're going to have people who are trans age. What's the problem with your identification not being rooted in reality? We're going to have people who are trans species. It's coming. Listen, people can say, oh, you're exaggerating. Oh, this is not really how it's going to be. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Right? But if you can accept, because see, this is what's going to happen, right? And there's going to be a lot of lawsuits because if I am legally acknowledged as a woman, why am I not afforded the same privileges and rights as a woman? Why can I not go to a gynecologist? Why can I not enter into the female spas? Why can I not be able to? Then once they start stacking them, I am transgender and I'm trans age. So why can't I be at the sleepover? Why can't I be in the secluded parts of children only stuff if I'm trans age? Huh? Somebody said it's already happening. Huh? I haven't seen that quite yet. But to me, setting the precedent, because listen, if there were some sort of way of testing so that a person had to meet a minimum guideline, a minimum criteria of being able to prove that they are what it is that they say they are, not just some feeling that they're coming up with on any given day. Remember that data that showed how many offenders are being transferred to the female prisons. What is the minimum level of requirement for a person to show that they are what it is that they're claiming that they are? And if that's the case, then why are there no transgender men trying to go into the male prisons? Huh? Why? I see something on the screen over here. I see something on the screen. Make sure you go over to my Facebook page and the community tab on YouTube and vote on the avatar. I'm having an avatar created. And so there are different versions of the logo. And so go vote on that. All right. So yeah, so that's that. That's that. But yes, those of you see what's next and what's coming down the pipeline. So it's time for us to take our break again. And then after that, there's some more stuff that I want to show you. We talked about the lack of protection because now people don't know whether or not a woman's body is really a woman's body or if it's a man's body. Men who are stronger, able to take a greater hit and all of this other stuff. We're going to come and I'm going to show you a story of a woman having to be at the brunt end of being mistaken for transgender and how it cost her her life, because now nobody knows whether or not a person is really a fragile woman or whether or not that person is a sturdy man. So listen, we'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, we are back. And Khadija BB sends 222 and says, how much more evidence do we need? This is war. Child, listen, girl, you ain't playing. You ain't playing. Girl, I feel you on that. I mean, for real. I mean, I don't understand what people are not getting, and people are over there fighting against their own best interest. I don't get it. I don't understand, right? I don't get it and I don't understand. But let's get into this next video that we have up. Oh my goodness, I'm starting to feel very tired. God, we've been on for 2 hours. This time is going by quick, ain't it? This time is going by quick. I want to show you this video right here. Here, take a look.
Because the world rejected you.
Oh, hush. Talking about some world rejected. All right, here. Different. I saw this study once had little boys and little girls inside of a room where strangers came to play with them. The little boys were dressed in girls' clothing. So these were infants. They couldn't talk yet. These were babies. The boys were dressed in girls' clothes and the girls were dressed in little boys' clothes. And the ways that people played with boys and girls was significantly different. The people who came in and they were playing with a child that they thought was a boy, they held up toys that they felt were more tactical, and they showing them how to dump the truck and teaching them how to do these different things, and they were teaching the boys, etc. And they were already gearing the boys for autonomy. The people who came in and played with the girls, they just sat there with fluffy little talk, fluffy little stuffed animals. Nobody tried to teach the girls dexterity and any of those things. They just wanted to bounce her around and treat her like she was so cute. And then at the end, they revealed.
If I were to tell you actually that Sophie is Edward, does that change anything?
I maybe thought, oh, this is a little girl, so I have to give her little girl things.
And when they saw themselves and were able to see their own internal unconscious bias, they realized that the ways that boys and girls are socialized by the elders is different. We teach boys to be autonomous. We teach boys to value their lives. We teach boys to go out there and seek freedom, to go out there and have value in their lives and to follow their dreams and their goals. We teach girls to live underneath a man. From infancy, even with All the right, types of all toys right. people buy, the way
that
they
is
play.
that is such an important video. If you are not on my other page, make sure you go to my other page. It's www.youtube.com/@Tonya TKO clips. And remember, Tonya is spelled with an O, Tony, TKO clips. So on the clips page, I have shorter videos that are easy to share so that you can be able to share them with your friends and family without, without them having to make a 2-hour-long investment like some of these longer videos. So why is it dangerous to have trans people in our space, right? You know something? Listen. Some of you are going to come for me, but that's fine. I'm going to allow you all to come for me because there's a vlogger that a lot of you like. And I look at him with a grain of salt now. Here, let me take a look. Where's that video? Where's the video? Where's the video? Where's the video?
Can y'all send me the most egregious examples of mainstream media normalizing white supremacy?
All right. So there's a guy, right? There's a guy. He was talking. Where's this? Hold on. Here. Let me show you this real quick, right? This guy, you all know him as Conscious Lee, right? I'm giving him the side eye. I want you to take a look.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretched and eat a nigga
Bleed.
Look at his face. Sukiana is in London talking about how she's trying to get her coochie scratched and eat a nigga ass, right? And she passes by some Caucasoids on the streets and they're just stunned by what it is that she's saying. This is sexual harassment. It's like the same way that Clarence Thomas was passing by in the lunchroom talking to, was it Clarence Thomas? It was Clarence Thomas, wasn't it? It was Clarence Thomas and Anita Hill, right? And he was talking about the pubic hair on the coke and all of that. It's like, we don't need to be invited into your personal sexual business. It's like, but now you're making this a part of my business. This is sexual harassment. These people do not consent to being in your bedroom business, right?
And he's over here smirking. And I'm like, this shit ain't funny. It's like these people pretend as if they are friends to black women, right? And then they come out and start talking about trans stuff, right? And look, so this person is like, don't call me cis.
Cisgender, because that's a made up term. But you say that's cap, you say it's given, all these terms and concepts is terms that you ain't used back growing up. You see what I'm saying? So when you make the argument and say, hey, this language is made up, don't call me, that's an insult, you feel me? To me, it's given that you don't understand how language is transcendental and that the way that we call ourselves African Americans in 2023 is not the way that they were called colored or Negroes in 1960s.
Listen, this is, you see how they gaslight and give these straw man arguments? It's giving. Sir, if somebody does not want to be called something, do not call them that. If a person wants to be called Negro in 1960 and then they say, well, now we're African American, if somebody is calling them colored and boy, they're going to be like, no. But then I saw something. This is why I give this man the eternal side eye now, because a few weeks back, I saw something that I was stunned by. He posted up his wife. He posted his wife. And I was like, interesting. Interesting.
Who wins the argument?
Interesting. I was like, okay. Damn, take a minute. All right. I said, okay. I peep game. Because you know what? It's like these people play up in your face and they act like they're all different types of allies. But when it comes, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to mind my business on that because I know how much you all covet melanated. I know how much you covet it, so I can't say nothing about the people. Listen. Okay. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. Say whatever it is that you want. Notice that white passing men don't get to be the face of black men. But you women in this community are constantly allowing yourself to be usurped by people who look, go ahead. This is full circle with everything that we're talking about. Go ahead. Black men set the distinction, even though they're the ones producing most of the biracial and multiracial children out here. When they saw the NBA draft was filled with biracial boys and men, they spoke up about it. They don't allow white passing men to be the face of black masculinity. The way that we allow white passing women to be the face so that we can't, so that people like Rachel Dolezal, so that people with deep ass voices and Adam's apples and dick swinging between their legs, any motherfucking body could be a black woman, goddamn. As long as you all allowing the gate to be wide open, and then when you are down, when you're down and can't get up, and then you wonder where all the rungs on the ladders went. Come on. This is unbelievable. I'm going to play a video for you that really irritated me. It irritated me, and so I want to play it for you.
If the reason you...
Here, this irritated me. This irritated me. Bad. This irritated me. Bad. So here.
Don't like being called cisgender is rooted in that it makes it harder for you to dehumanize and discriminate against trans people. I'm going to keep calling you cisgender. Not because I don't think you have the right to be called what you want to be called. Not because I think it's an insulting term. It's not. It's a gender affirming term. But because your want to discriminate and harm trans people is not the moral equivalent to trans people having the right to exist without your If the reason you don't like being called
Let me calm down real quick. You see? Goose and gander. What's good for the goose is not good for the gander. You want people to respect what you want to be called. But you're going to, and this is a man, I used to watch his videos because he makes videos uplifting women and talking about the patriarchy and all this stuff, but he does not see the irony of uplifting people with dick and balls against women. You're not gonna call me anything I don't wanna be called, motherfucker. You ain't gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? They're like, I'm gonna call you sis whether you like it or not. You don't have to consent. I'm gonna do it anyway to you. But meanwhile, you're supposed to come up with all of this leeway. You all remember Malik Yoba on that show? And he couldn't even get a damn sentence out, and he's a trans-loving man. He couldn't even get a sentence out the way they was correcting him. Oh my God. You know what, as a matter of fact, let me play that real quick. Let me look for this video real quick. Am I in the right browser? Yeah, let me look. Malik Yoba. How do I put this? Well, Malik Yoba is corrected trans. Let me see, because he was trying to speak the inclusive language. Where's the video? This is Malik Yoba talking about being attracted to trans women in 2019. Where's the video of him where he was trying to talk about trans stuff, trying to uplift them, and he couldn't even get a sentence out. Damn it, what do I search for to find this video? Malik Yoba attacked? Let me see, attacked. Trans. Let me see if that will bring it up. Damn. I can't find the video. I'm looking for it, but I cannot. I don't know what it is that I need to search for to find that video. Some of you know the video that I'm talking about. It was on the Breakfast Club, yes. Let's see. I know, but I don't know what to search for to bring it up. You know what? Somebody sent the video to me, but you all are sending it to so many different platforms. Let me see. Malik Yoba, let's see. Breakfast Club. Let's see. All right, bullied. Here it is.
So for all of you,
here it is. He's trying to get the lingo down pat. He's trying to get the lingo because I want to be down with what you're going through. I want to be down. So here, listen, I just want you to hear this madness. Listen. Let me turn up the volume.
All of you cisgender women, naturally born women who think that trans women
not naturally born again. Not naturally born. There's nothing about it as natural.
I told you I make mistakes.
Nothing about that is natural.
Okay, so what I'm saying is for women, what's the language I should say?
Assigned female at birth.
Okay, so for women who are assigned female at birth and stick to that,
and for whom that is consistent with how they identify,
and for whom that's a lot of words. Who
stick with it?
Okay,
you are in a commitment for a stance. So
yes,
do the work.
Yes,
do the work.
Come on,
teach me.
Malik Yoba, if New York.
Okay, so listen. Ah, God have mercy. So Malik Yoba is trying to get the lingo. Somebody said ain't nothing natural about being born a woman. What the hell? I want to find, Malik Yoba Breakfast Club bullied. Let me see if I can find the video somewhere else without, it looks like that's the only one that we'll be able to see. So let's go back to that real quick and listen to that again. right? Let's listen to this again. I mean, it's like he couldn't even get a sentence out. Somebody is saying that ain't nothing natural about that. Oh gosh. Damn it. I want to find the video, but it's difficult. I can't find it. Breakfast Club. Oh, trans. Let's see. But you heard the audio of it. Let's see. That's the only one that I can find on here. It might be on TikTok. Let me look on TikTok real quick, because TikTok has turned into a better search engine than YouTube. Let's see. Malik Yoba bullied. Let's see if we can find it on TikTok. Bullied. Damn, I can't find it here. Oh, here. Oh, wait, no. Oh, here it is. Here
Love you, cisgender women.
Here it is. 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 I found it. See, this was what I'm saying. YouTube and these other platforms are not going to be able to keep up with TikTok. TikTok is overtaking them because we don't invest in being the best as Americans. We automatically think we are, but here, listen.
Love you, cisgender women. Naturally born women who think that trans women...
A sign, not naturally born. Again, not naturally born. Nothing about it is natural.
I told you I make mistakes.
Nothing about that is natural.
Okay, so...
Nothing about what is natural. Let me tell you something. Everything about this is natural, baby. What you talking about? What you talking about? Everything about this. Everything is natural. What you talking about? Why are they saying that there's nothing natural about being born a woman? You see how males are. They want your space, their space, and everybody else's space to stand on. What you mean there's nothing natural about that? This is madness. This is madness. This is madness.
So what I'm saying is, for women, what's the language I should say?
Assigned female at birth.
Okay, so for women who are assigned female at birth and stick to that,
and for whom that is consistent with how they identify,
and for whom that's a lot of words. Who
stick with it?
Okay,
you are in a commitment for a stance. So
yes,
do the work.
Yes, ma'am.
Do the work.
Come on.
Teach me. Say it again.
Do the work.
Do it again.
For whom?
For whom?
It's consistent with how they identify.
Okay, so for women who were assigned female at birth and is consistent
he
with...
can't even say it. It's too much. For women who are assigned female at birth and contain the natural XX chromosomes from the mother paternal Eve gene that has come down, and for them who are consistent in the identification of said Eve gene. Come on, this is too much. This is too much. And this man's talking about there's nothing natural about that. See, this is what I'm saying, the delusion and the mental illness of this all, that they can't even admit.
With how they identify.
Okay, so for women who were assigned female at birth and is consistent with how they identify. Love you, cisgender women. Naturally.
See what I'm saying? It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. So, nonetheless, there's other videos. There's other videos that I want to show you. We are only part of the way through. We're only part of the way through now at this point. But we are getting there. We're almost through. We're almost through. Let me see. There's another video that I wanted you all to see, right? There's another video I wanted you all to see. Here. Ooh. Oh, I told you all to remind me. Oh, look. I wanted to show you all this. Right? All right. This woman right here, This woman right here. This is a picture of Michelle Dion Peacock, a 59-year-old black woman. She was capital M-worded, unalived at the hands of a male who was convinced she was transgender. She was not. And so now, because we know that the standard is for people to stealthily traverse pretending to be women in a misogynistic patriarchy where men have a tremendous amount of animosity towards other men. Now we have women at risk. We have women at risk because this is the standard. And listen, nobody should be unalived. No one. Nobody has the right to take anybody's life. These people out here are sick. But what I'm saying is now you are making your problem is now you're encroaching, and the way that you get down with deciding that you don't have to tell people that you were assigned male at birth, for which it is that you identify with the XY chromosome. You don't have to tell people. You can trick them into going into bed with you. You could do this, you could do that, and you don't have to. And then now women are at risk with these unhinged people out here. What are your thoughts on this? Because this one here is kind of tricky because nobody should be unalived. Not a man, not a transgender person, not a woman. However, this is a video about how allowing these people into our spaces really only makes us more vulnerable. It makes things more dangerous for women, for biological women. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. All right, so here are some things that I wanted to show you, right? Here. This right here is this is the life of girls in Muslim families. Should have done the honors means he should have unalived her. Remember this the next time you're told that it's a choice. So basically, this is a girl, I believe she was dancing. So this is her face. This is her before. Oh my goodness, it's time for us to go on another break, right? So I want to show you the video because this is her before, this is after, but the men in her family beat her down. And I want you to see some of the comments with the people who are like, good, they saved her honor. Listen, we'll be right back after these. All right, and we are back. We are back. Let me read some of the apples that have come through. All right. Ruth sends $25 and says, show donation. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you. Thank you. Rakaya sends $5 and says, I peeped Mr. Lee last week, couple weeks too. Yep, exactly. Clear sends $8 and says, going to go back to vaginal examinations to get the ring. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's where they want it to go. That's where they want it to go. So, Amanda sends $2 and says, real women stand up. And then she got the heart hands. Absolutely. 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 So, trigger warning. This is terrible. So if you're sensitive to wailing and a sad nature, talking about abuse, then you can turn off the volume on the video and then come back after I finish playing it. All right. So here, take a look. This right here. This is a Somali woman who was beat up / disciplined by her brother after he found out that she made a TikTok dancing without her hijab. A lot of people were horrified and they said it was wrong, but some people were actually in support of it. So this is her. Look. So she's crying and screaming, but this was her dancing on the left-hand side. And we wonder, I mean, look, her face is completely beat down. And there's something about whatever has happened in her life that is even having her on the internet screaming and crying about this instead of looking for a machete to help this man alleviate himself of being on this earth. Right? So there's a person named Nahel that there's a poll that says, was this justified, right? And 28% of the people said yes, and the other person says should have done the honors. And the honors is an honor K word, right? Unaliving. Because in some countries, men have the ability to unalive their female family members for not doing as they say. 72% of the people who took this survey said that he should have unalived her. And then you can go ahead and read some of these comments. One person says, may Allah reward him for protecting his sister's honor. But to be honest, I'm a bit shocked. She looks pretty damn old. I'm guessing 16 to 23. He should have gotten her married off ages ago. Now he'll probably have to give her to his clan elder. You see how women are talked about and treated around the world? Women still don't have equal rights. Women don't have human rights. And now we have people with XY chromosomes wanting to step into the space. Come on. She is lucky she has a brother like this. Sure, it may be painful now, but she will learn her lesson properly and grow to become a better person. Hopefully, she doesn't dress in a promiscuous way anymore. Everyone is focusing on the woman that got beat up. A lot of people aren't understanding the dilemma the brother faced. Should he allow his sister to dress naked and dance around like a Jareer monkey Jamaican woman? Or should he beat the brakes off of her? He made the right choice. Muslim men are weak to beat up a woman to that extent for such a true fragility. Abuse happens across many cultures, but religion has nothing to do with it. When Christian men commit crimes, other Christians don't come out and praise. So here. Let me read this real quick. Abuse happens across many cultures, but religion has nothing to do with it. When Christian men commit domestic violence and the recent headlines of men gunning down their entire family, is religion ever mentioned? It's awful across the board, but stop with the false equivalency. And Yasmin comes out and says, and her last name is Muhammad, so she comes out and says, when Christian men commit crimes, other Christians don't come running to praise him and ask that Jesus reward him. That's the difference. Violence against women is normalized, supported, and celebrated in the systemic misogyny of your religion. It surpasses all other religions. And you can go ahead and pause and read some of these. These are screenshots on the bottom. And so this is just, it's grotesque. It's terrifying. And this is not the only thing that has come across my news feed. Here's another one. Here's another one. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. This talks about unaliving. So I want us to be sensitive to, you know, to that, right? Basically, here, where is it? Basically, oh, I don't know why I didn't send this to myself to get prepared for the broadcast. Here it is. Here it is right here. Trigger warning. This is footage. This right here is footage of a man carrying his sister's head on his way to the police station. So he has his sister's head in a sack, right? He has her head in a sack and he's on his way to the police station. Why? Because she wanted to marry somebody of her choice and not her family's choice. So it says here, sadly, a young 18-year-old Indian woman named Ashifa was beheaded by her 22-year-old brother, Riaz, in what reports called an honor killing, after her brother and father did not approve of who she wanted to marry. The victim's father filed a complaint with the police against Chand Babu, the man the victim wanted to marry, under the charge of abducting a woman to marry. Ashifa's partner was then arrested and she was, quote unquote, returned to the house where her brother and father lived. And when Ashifa's father made it clear to her family, that she would like to marry Babu, Riaz became violent. And in a fit of rage, Riaz picked up a sharp-edged weapon and beheaded his sister before packing her head in a sack and went to the police station to report the crime. The Economic Times says the brutal capital M word was sparked outrage across the country. So this is the way that women are treated across the world. Let me play something else for you that somebody sent me. This is Ireland.
Making beds and babies and everything. It's all women have for.
Do you think you're a chauvinist?
This is 1990. What are women good for? They're good for making babies and making beds. That's it.
Really, the main people in the women's lib movement are just mainly big, fat, ugly feminists who can't attract men, and that's their problem.
Fair enough if they want to work, that's fine. But if you're going to work. I mean, they come along then and they sort of go, oh yes, we have to take maternity leave now, and they shoot off for 3 or 4 months, and then they start taking career breaks. And
you are sure.
Most definitely.
You are too alive and kicking.
But we do appreciate women. Every home should have one.
It's not out from work. It's not out telling people what to do. It's not out going for president. You think women should be at home? I do indeed. And men go out and do the work. Exactly. In the kitchen. It's the way of the world. It's been the way of the world for years. Why should it change now all of a sudden? Are you a chauvinist? I am indeed.
Man's been on this earth like for millions of years, you know, and he's been the boss.
I can talk about my mother actually, who through women's rights and all this has become a total pain in the backside about it, I would say.
Only for kitchens and making beds and babies and everything.
So this is Ireland. This is Ireland. Look at how they're talking about women. Look at how women are treated all over the world. We don't even have basic human rights. In this country, we don't even have full reproductive rights in every state. Women's bodies are being policed in this country, and if they had their way, they would probably be able to do honor K-words over here as well. This is unbelievable. We're going to end off this video with a video from TS Madison, actually 2 videos from this person that I thought were very relevant for today's broadcast, right? Whew. T.S. Madison has some words for Tasha K. Listen to how T.S. Madison is speaking about a woman.
First of all, Tasha K, bitch, fuck you. Fuck you, you whirlpool, wishy-washy, flip-floppity ass bitch. I really wasn't gonna come on with no motherfucking...
You a whole nigga with a damn 10-inch dick talking about a woman this way? And you see, the thing is the delusion. They think because they get some titties and take some damn estrogen that all of a sudden they're on women's level. You a whole... Come on. Come on. This is why I don't play up in these people's faces. I don't be on their pages giving them views and credence and all of that. I don't do it. There's something that is not mentally well with a person. I'll finish playing this. Listen.
Malice or ill in my heart, because the second part of what I'm getting ready to talk about I don't have no malice or illness in my heart. But you bald head, scallywag, dirty foot dragging, drunk pussy ditzy bitch. Play with your pussy, bitch, and don't play with motherfucking me. Bitch, when you brought your struggling ass over here, bitch, I sent my makeup artist to fix your ugly ass up. Okay? Let's get that for number one. Bitch, you borrowed from me. Number one. Number motherfucking 2, bitch. If it wasn't for me and Kaya split, bitch, you'll be trying to figure out who the fuck you is. One thing TS Madison has always done is stood on that bitch. She is TS fucking... First of all, Tasha K.
You know what? This is what I'm saying. It's like these people put on the facade of the accoutrement of femininity. But when it all comes down to it, you see the man come out of them. Like, come on. To speak about a woman that way while pantomiming womanhood, I personally think it's unbelievable. I think it's unbelievable. And then it goes on from there. I mean, this isn't ladylike. But this person got a whole 10-inch dick, according to this person, by their own admission. So then T.S. Madison...
Your anger is displaced.
So T.S. Madison then came out and doubles down on how that T.S. Madison is saying that Jess Hilarious was not called a man by T.S. Madison.
Because trans people are not... No, I did not say it. Yo, block this bitch. Because I did not say that she was a man. Or she. I blocked this motherfucking hoe down here. Because I did not say that. You're not going to...
You see how this whole XY chromosome person is calling a woman a bitch and a hoe? Really? Wow. And so now this person is saying that...
Twist that mix my words. My words, this is exactly what my motherfucking words said right here. I'm not playing with you bitches today because I can give a fuck if you hoes follow me or fuck with me or not. I can give a fuck about it. I can give a fuck about it. I don't have to fuck with you. Y'all hoes don't have to fuck with me. You bitches don't do a motherfucking thing for me.
What bitches don't do anything for you? You have your views because of those bitches. What are you talking about? Unbelievable.
I already did. Put that fucking thing up there where I said, these were my exact words. Take my exact words. My exact words. No, my exact words right here. My exact words are, your anger is so many real women that get mistaken.
You hear that big old fist pounding on the table? I'm sorry. If this person were acting like this anywhere near you, would you be frightened as a woman? I would definitely be frightened.
For transgender women, and that's why a lot of the anger comes from. And I hope that they take a good look at how transphobia affects all women.
Real woman is in scare quotes.
All women. All women. That's what I said. That's what I said.
This is frightening.
I did not say that she looks like a man or that she is a man. I did not say that. There are so many real women that get mistaken for being transgender. And here's the thing. When you say transgender and you say man, those are two different things, Pooh. See, the problem is that y'all don't want to validate trans women's existence, and you don't want us to fall up under the umbrella of woman. But unfortunately, sweetheart, we do. And see,
you do not fall under the umbrella of woman. This is your delusion. This is your delusion. You don't fall under the umbrella of woman. You got a whole dick between your legs. 10 inches at that. How are you a woman? What is it that makes you a woman? Surgeries and some pumped up hormones? What is it that makes this person a woman?
Let's do this today. I've been calling y'all real women for the last couple of days, and I'm all right with it, because guess what you told? So many real women, real woman. Okay, hey, real woman. If I don't know your name and I'm sitting up talking, having a conversation about stuff, hey, let's talk about the real women and the trans women. Y'all had a problem with that yesterday. The real women and the trans women. Y'all had a big fucking problem with that yesterday. And I'm only adhering. You don't want cis no more? Here we go, real women. So let's do this. Let's just take out cis and trans, and let's put women. How about we do that?
No. Why not? Let's talk about what you were assigned at birth then. Because there's no need to take out cis or trans or this or that, because none of that exists. There's woman and there's man. The gametes speak for itself. The sex cells speak for itself. There's no need for the hyphenation for biological, natural-born womb holders, keepers of the womb. Unbelievable.
How about we do that? How about we just remove cis and trans and just say women? Real
because
woman.
You have a whole
okay.
dick.
Hey.
I don't understand. You see this is the argument, all hyped up. Well, now let's just take away real and cis and trans. You see, this is yes. Let's take the whole word woman off of trans woman. Then start calling these people trans feminine, because they're not women. You cannot transfer into womanhood. So these are some. These are some of the posts that we saw. Look, this was a lot. This was a lot. This broadcast right here is one that I did not want to do, but I'm glad that I did do it. What are your thoughts on all of this? Everything that I showed. We went through a lot of different videos and showed a lot of different things. Women don't even have human rights. And before we can even get our full human rights worldwide, now here we have XY chromosome people talking about, I'm a woman too. But a woman, I bet you if they were taking women to slaughter or burning them as witches still, I can guarantee you that these people would not be jumping up to claim being a woman at that point, in the same way that these trans men are not jumping up to go into the male prisons. Whew. There was one last video with Flame Monroe. I didn't see the video, so I don't know what's in it. But Flame Monroe is, let's listen to a little bit of it. Let's see before we jump out of here. Flame Monroe is a person who I don't know if a Flame Monroe identifies as a woman or not. I don't think so. I think Flame does more of addressing externally. I don't know. Let's see.
Angelica Ross, ain't nobody worried about him. He's still mad because they passed him up on the Marvels. They didn't want him. Baby Ryan Murphy don't even use him no more. The problem is because you don't know your talent is limited, darling. You think you're a singer, you're not. You think you're an actress, you was okay. You was on Pose, you was on the gay.
But you see how men behave with all this dissing and snapping and reading for filth? And they seem to find pleasure in it. I saw, if anybody has seen that preview for the Bad Boys Club, where they were ripping each other to shreds verbally. And then afterwards, this little one came out and was like, yeah, so, we were reading each other for filth. It was so much fun. It was so great to just be back in the energy. And they just think that this is fun. They think it's funny. They think it's time for us to take a break. This time is going so quickly. We'll be back in 2 minutes. And we are back. All right. Whew. Okay. Let us finish up this Flame Monroe video and then go from there. It looks like there's a few different parts. I can't wait till my new headpiece comes in because this one is...
Gay show. They will keep you on the gay shows. You are not universal or mainstream. You will stay in the gay pool. And they will keep you in the gay pool. Understand that. That's where you belong. I ain't worried about what Angelica got to say about me. That's a hard-ass nigga who had to move out of his $10,000 house that he was renting every month because he couldn't afford it. I know the roommate. I helped the roommate get a job when she put the roommate out. Don't have me bring the roommate on live and check that bitch and let y'all know why she doing all this. She ain't got no finances. Zero.
Just messy.
Oh, yes. Oh, you talking about Angelica Ross? Yeah, somebody just sent me the thing she put out on Twitter, on Hollywood Unlocked, whatever she had to say about me. Baby, if you was that smart and you was that much of an analyst, then maybe you should have went into that because your other profession ain't working for you. You ain't no singer. Yep, you was on Pose.
Sorry, it's
Good
not on
for
the
you.
screen.
I am
Sorry.
proud of you, girl. They killed you off on Pose. And they... Shut up, Flame Monroe. I ain't worried about that bitch. That bitch was in the Navy. Nigga, go back and fight for your country. Yeah, somebody just sent me the thing she put out on Twitter. That's what happened. She was living above her means, renting, not only renting a house that was $10,000 a month, and she had to move out because she couldn't pay the rent. See, I know the dirt. See, I just don't come after y'all until y'all come after me because I do research. I'm a research analyst. I know the dirt. Player, pimping, sir, ma'am, sir. And you still angry at everybody else because you cut your penis off. Let me tell you about the distraction tactic that was used at Jess Hilarious. Because the trans woman, I'm being respectful, who came out was talking about periods and womanhood. She never said nothing about who looked like this or that and the other. When Jess Hilarious addressed her, she was talking about periods and womanhood. She also said that women can never have periods, and Jess was not attacking the entire trans community. I didn't even take it like that. She was speaking to the person who publicly put out that statement. That's who she was talking to. But they took it another. That's what happened. She was living above her means, renting, not only renting. Other way, and then all these outside forces, these so-called activists and big name bitches jumped in talking about Jess look like a man. She's been mistaken as a trans man. You cannot bash a bitch who already told her real tea. Jess Hilarious was the one who put that story out on The Breakfast Club. She also says it as a joke on stage. So you can't hate the player, baby. You can't hate the player. You hate that the only information that you know about this woman is what she put out for you to try to turn and use it against her. Let me show you how much of a biological woman Jess Hilarious is. She had a baby. Quiet bitches on the outside, I don't hear you saying anything. Quiet bitches on the outside, I don't hear you using your big words and your big titles and your soliloquies. Let me break it down to you activist bitches. When you are an activist, you are an activist for all causes. Your main cause is what you stand on, but you're an activist for all causes. I'm sorry you went to college and don't know that with your dumb asses. You fighting for a cause. The way, and then all those women only have periods. I know trans women who have had SRS surgeries that don't want to have periods. I know biological women that don't want to have periods. So why would you even be talking about a period? And then why would y'all come in talking about the way she looked or who she got spooked by? That had nothing to do with the argument. That's a distraction, Donald Trump, or that's your lack of intelligence because you think you got all these followers and you got a big name that people are going to automatically fall into the play. That's what you say. What I need from my biological women is for more biological women to stand up for yourselves, because here's the killer. As a young gay boy or as a young fag or whatever the word is, 99% of us, our best friend was a female. Our best friend was a female. Then we found our transism and our gayism, and now we better than them. Y'all better pay attention. Your best friend was always a biological girl. Oh, but now you better. Girl, sit your dumb ass down. And I say girl with women only have. I know trans women who.
Oh my. I don't even know what to say. That right there ended the whole broadcast. That sealed everything right there with a nice little bow. I'm happy that we took the time to listen to that. My. That was interesting, and a whole lot of misgendering and going back and forth and all of that in there. I don't even know what to say. So listen, on that note, there's nothing left to be said. I think we talked about everything, and we've been on here for almost 3 hours. I don't know how these broadcasts becoming so long, but let us go ahead and let you go. I want everybody to start typing out their self-love lessons. So I need you to type SLL and then what your self-love lesson is from the I standpoint. So I want to see, I learned, your self-love lesson is what? What is it that you are going to do differently as a result of this video that you watched here today that we spoke about? So SLL, self-love lesson. Let's see what we have for the self-love lesson. And then I'll tell you what my self-love lesson I didn't see that part in this video, but maybe we can come back another day and watch another video, but it wasn't in this one. I didn't, well, look, I play what it is that I receive. So send me, go to TonyaTKO.com, click on contact and send me what the clip that you're referring to. SLL, I learned that as a biological woman to stand up for ourselves. Yes. I learned I have to stand up for womanhood. Yes, yes, yes. I learned that advocating for Black women and girls is self-preservation. Yes. I have to protect womanhood. I stand for natural women. I learned to trust my intuition and to stick to what I know is the truth. Yes. Yes, I love these. I love these. Yes. I will. Okay, so when we do our self-love lessons, we don't say the word not or don't or speak about what we don't want. We speak about what we do want, what we want, what we are attracting, what we are manifesting, what we've learned. But we speak it from the positive in the present. That's going to be the most powerful for you. So I accept all that makes me a woman, and I cannot be duplicated. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So no words like don't or not or won't, none of those, but talk about from the positive present. SLL, I learned that I must protect myself as a woman. Yes, 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 yes. SLL, I will always stand up for womanhood for my daughters. I'm a woman, hear me roar. I learned there's a word stop in there, but stop is from the negative standpoint. So rather than talking about what's going to stop, talk about what you want to continue. I learned to detect envy, energy, erasure. Okay. I love all of me as a woman. My menses is a part of my experience. Yes, absolutely. Take self-defense classes. Okay. I love my womanhood. Even if they call me phobic, I stand with women everywhere, even if they call me phobic. Okay. I will be brave in speaking up for women. Thank you for your energy. Tonya, thank you. SLL, come on, let's see. Well, let's go one more round and let's get these self-love lessons. Let's see. After this, I'm going to go to bed and have me a good rest. SLL, an ally will take time to empathize. I will always love myself first and always, yes. I learned that as women, there's far more to misogyny than we thought there was. Oh, really? I want you to elaborate on how you learned that in this video, because I'm curious. Women do own periods. Boundaries are necessary. Yes. Being a woman means so much more than I give it credit for. We didn't even get into the half of it. Being a woman is definitely, you are assigned a unique role in this life. We are naturally born into this gift and we will embrace and carry it well. I am an ally to women, only to women and girls. Don't allow people to call me sis. There's no such thing as a cis woman. We are women, period. Listen. All right. So on that note, listen, let me say what it is that I learned in this video. What was my own self-love lesson from this video? You know, I'm going to be honest with you all. I'm going to be honest with you about the self-love lesson that I learned in today's video. I would say even in doing the video, you know, it's very difficult as a keeper of the womb to combat XY chromosome persons. And I was apprehensive about doing this video. However, I have cultivated such a community that you all came to this broadcast and you showed up and you showed out and you drowned out any voices that came to kick up dust and talk foolishness in the chat, right? Thank you to my admins for regulating the chat. as my self-love lesson, I learned the importance of doing the right thing even when it's difficult. Because this video is a difficult video for me to make because we're combating XY chromosome persons on every side. And some of these people have larger platforms than I. Their voices boom louder than mine. They're taller, bigger, and stronger than me physically. And I still had the courage to come out and make this video as an act of defiance to that same elevator experiment. That just because all of these people are turning one direction, right? That I have to be aware of our nature as humans. I also have to be aware of our nature as Black women to sometimes pick up the mammy role, where we saw Black women in the last video advocating against our own best interests ignorantly. And my lesson for self-love today was to really don't shy away, or nope, because I'm saying don't. So let me take away the negative statement and come from the present positive. My self-love lesson is to stand up in the face of adversity, to speak my voice and speak my truth that I believe in wholeheartedly, even when it's unpopular, to speak the truth that I feel, especially when I know that that truth has the potential to help so many people. So thank you all for coming out to this video, for showing up, for showing out. Thank you to the admins for regulating in the comments and keeping the chat nice and forward moving. So I appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you. And on that note, I am going to get ready for my slumber. And, because let me tell you, I didn't really want to do today's video because I need to put a sealant on my, I haven't put the sealant on my planter, and I have to go out to the lumber shop and get more lumber to make another planter because I'm making these planters by hand. And then I have to drive upstate New York to pick up a truckload of compost to fill up these planters because there's a lot of cubic feet that go into planters. And I know some of you said to use this method where we put sticks and stuff inside there, and I could do that, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to fill up the planters with a plantable compost that is created by this very ethical company. Even though I make my own compost, my compost won't be ready for a few months because it's still decomposing foods. And so I didn't want to make this video because I really wanted to put the sealant on my planter. But I said, you know what, Tonya, stop running from this video and sit down, do your makeup so that, when these messy men come for me, that at least my face is beat. That at least my face is looking gorgeous, and so they can't be out here being distracted and using straw man arguments to try to tear down what it is that I'm saying, because as the XY chromosome persons that they are, they can't help but be super hyper focused on external things. So, not your sis, yes. So listen, I appreciate all of you for coming out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. Remember, join the text notification squad. Let me see who's joined it since we were on, because I put up the link twice. So let me see who has joined. I'm glad I did the video too, even though we're talking about 5 hours worth of videos. But you know what? I will say you all came forward with those cash apps and really dropped that down and made these 5 hours well worth, doing. So thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for supporting independent Black female broadcasters, because people will try to get a person canceled in a moment. But you see, I'm not tethered to the W-2. So I can make these statements without anybody calling my employer. You all, my sponsors are my employers. So you all are supporting the message. So let's see who signed up. Natanya, thank you for signing up, Natanya. And PJ, thank you, PJ, thank you. And let's see, let me go to another screen because this one is only showing but so much. Let me go to another screen and refresh. So I appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you. Let me go to and see. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Thank you. Let's see. Let's see. Kay Armstrong, Chatouan, and N. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the text notification squad. Thank you for supporting the broadcast. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm tired. Me tired. Hey. And you know what? Listen, I don't want anybody to mistake what it is that I'm saying. I want people to love themselves enough to go into your own lane. Just go into your own lane and I will support you in your lane. I cannot support you in mine. I can't. So listen, I'll see you all in the next broadcast. Hey! Good night, everybody. Good night.